Hi, I'm Steele Nowlin, Board Chair of your credit union, a member-run financial institution protecting your money. PSE Credit Union is personal, professional, and priced right. We provide professional services, the same ones as banks, at lower costs. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the other board members to you. First, Vice Chair Dale McMahon. Director Robert Vassell. Treasurer Ken Netzel. Director Darlene DeMarco. Director Steve Cosmos. I'd like to welcome our new director, Bob Moulton. Dr. Karen Newman. And Dave Tates. I'd like to also introduce our CEO, Jan Thomas. We're attempting this new format this morning for our annual meeting to try to give more people an opportunity to participate. The internet provides great opportunities to include our 22,000 members in a meeting that was typically attended by about 200. But we're going to evaluate this over the course of this year and decide how we need to do next year's annual meeting to best serve our members. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. McMahon to give the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Nowlin. Good morning. My name is Dale McMahon, and I serve as a member of the board for the credit union. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our management team and thank them for their work, and under the leadership of our CEO, Jan Thomas. I would also like to extend a welcome to those of you who have come out today to be a part of our annual meeting. I want to thank you for those who joined us in person and for those of you who are joining us via the web stream. Technology is clearly providing more opportunities to better serve our customers in a variety of ways. As part of a volunteer board, I want to extend my thanks to all who serve on the board. I'm very privileged to work with these folks. The members of the board are accessible to you as a customer and our partner. We serve to ensure that your financial interests are safeguarded. We serve to ensure that the credit union is a cooperative financial institution. That's important to you as a member because it means that any and all profits are returned to you through keeping our lending rates affordable, helping you to achieve your financial goals through personal service and a mission, as you've already heard, that's focused on being personal, professional, and priced right. Remember the credit union when you or a family member or a friend is looking for a home, a car, a boat, an RV, or maybe you just need a little bit of cash for that extra project that you want to do. The credit union has money available to lend, and we want all of your business. We're selfish in that regard. So check with us first. We have a variety of ways to service your financial needs. We have multiple branches, direct deposit, ATMs, and our home financial services platform that allows you to monitor your accounts, transfer money, pay bills, fill out a loan application, and even donate to your favorite charity. All of these services are available to you. We would encourage you as a board to take full advantage of this. The credit union is always looking to expand what it offers to you as its member. Mobile check deposit using a smartphone is coming. ATM withdrawal limits have been increased to $750 per day. Card cash, many of you have been benefactors of that. And identity theft protection and a smarter way to make loans are all services and service enhancements that we hope will save you time and assist you in achieving your goals. I would encourage you to provide PSE with your email address. As we look at technology, it's very important that we get that so that we can continue to keep you posted with information about the credit union. It's simple, and believe it or not, any teller can help you with that transaction. Join us on Facebook. for special promotional information. We need your feedback, as already has been alluded. You know, this is a new forum and a new format, so we would like that. Let us know how the technology is working out for you. Ask questions. Believe it or not, you will get an answer. And finally, I gave this charge last year. I'll give it again this year. Consider becoming a member of the board. The credit union is successful when you're engaged and you're a part of what's going on. And I would just ask that you be a part of shaping our credit union's future. So thank you. This time, I'll turn the podium over to Mr. Netzel, our treasurer.
Thanks, Dale. I'd like to go back for just a minute to get approval of the March 9th, 2012 annual meeting minutes. Could I have a motion to that effect, please, from someone in the audience? Okay, Roy. And a second? Okay. Do you have a name? Joe Mandula. Okay. All in favor? Thank you. The Treasurer's Report for the year of 2012, our asset base grew from 111.5 million to 115.2 million. However, you'll notice that loans to members decreased approximately 5.3 million. With mortgage rates and loan rates at an all-time low, now would be a good time to refinance your home or buy that new or used car. PSE Credit Union would be the place to do that. As your only financial institution, Jan's going to speak about only. Even with lower loans for the year, securing no risk or low risk investments, and an ASI assessment of $93,000, we were able to maintain a very favorable capital position. Management and the board of directors are committed to keeping expenses as low as possible. Salary expense is the single largest expense of any large company. Office expense was held steady this year. With postage rates continuing to increase year after year, you might consider getting your statements by email. Or e-statement. Your credit union's financials have been audited by the state, American Share Insurance, ASI, and an independent auditing firm. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Thomas, who will give her report.
Thank you, Mr. Netzel. Well, welcome to the 57th annual meeting of PSE Credit Union, and the first live webcast, hopefully, because Ustream is down, and you know, like Murphy's Law, if something could go wrong, it will. But this is being taped, and it will be shown to our members as they can access it through the website later on. I am Janice Thomas, your CEO. I've been a member of this credit union and an employee of this credit union for 30 years. I know, hard to believe, but 30 years. 22 of those years I've been your CEO. Looking back at 2012, some of it was not so good. We've had some losses again. And a lot of that, while it's painful to see, the other flip side of that is we've made sure that the investment portfolio and the loan portfolio has been rather risk-free, sometimes to our disadvantage, but keeping your money, of course, safe and sound. But I want to look at some of the things that we did in 2012 that really were a benefit to all of our members. We had card cash. In October of last year, we gave out over $105,000 for those members that decided to use their debit cards as a credit. In fact, I think there was a good dozen members that got the whole $250. So they were very excited when they saw that money enter their account. We decided to reformat it, though, because we didn't want members to have to wait for a whole year to get the money. So now every month you get a little notice that X amount of dollars has been put into your account for the credit purchases you've used on your debit card. We also had our cashback loan, and this is our auto loan. If you've got it taken a loan, you went to the dealership and you sat down and they convinced you that you really didn't want to go to the credit union, you should go to XYZ financial institution. You really shouldn't, but if you decided that, we can have you bring your loan over to us. We'll give you 1% cash back on that loan. So if you have a balance of $20,000, we'll write you a check for $200 for bringing your loan to us. And even once in a while, if you look for promotions, we have had some 3% cash back. So on $20,000 car, $600 cash back in your pocket. One of the other things that we did was we used to partner with a mortgage company called PHH. And while it was a very good place to do our business, and we don't keep a lot of 30-year paper here. You know, with an institution the size of us, even though you say 120 million is a large institution, it's really not. In the banking industry, 120 million is a small financial institution. So we can't keep a lot of 30-year paper. So we used to sell it off to PHH. Well, not being local, they really didn't service our members well. So we went to Woodside Mortgage, which we think is absolutely excellent. It not only has offices right here in the area, also when you call their office, you do get somebody in person to talk to you. And if you're techno savvy, you can go on our website and start your process right on the online. ID Protect. I know I've had a few of the phone calls. You're charging me $2 a month. Why are you taking $2 a month? I love ID Protect. I know that people say, well, I don't have to worry. My account's protected. Most institutions won't even make me pay the $50. They'll pay the whole thing. That's the easy part. Having somebody take your credit card or your debit card and use it, paying the money, is rather a non-problem. It's taking your identity and using your identity, using your Social Security card to maybe get an auto loan or to get a house. Another issue is that a lot of times children, and this takes everybody in a household that's under 25, and it protects them. You put in their Social Security account numbers, and it will protect their ID. One of the things that we've found and we've seen here is, I have grandchildren, 3 of them. You have to get Social Security account number right away. Government requires it. But you usually don't use it until they're 18, 19 years old because there's no reason to. They go on at 18, 19 years old and they find out they have 5, 6 accounts that they had no idea was out there. They're using your Social Security number for fraudulent purposes. We also have that they monitor all 3 bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. And you think, well, that's usually not a problem because most places like us, we usually pull TransUnion. But if you're going for a mortgage, they pull all 3 bureaus. And you might have had a fraudulent activity on one of them that doesn't show up on the other. I've seen credit scores maybe a 600, 700 on 2 of them and maybe a 500 on the 3rd one. It also gives you fully managed theft resolution. So when you have a ID theft, what happens is, okay, where do I start? How do I do this? What's going to happen? I'm on vacation. My whole wallet's gone. Who do I call? One number. You've listed all your account numbers, and this isn't only the credit union. You can have Macy's, Sears, any other debit card you have, any account you have in any institution, you can put on this system, and it'll watch it for you. So you make one call and say, I need all those credit cards closed down. They'll do it right away. They'll also give you $10,000 to cover incidentals. Now, they're not writing a check for $10,000, but if you lose wages or you have lawyer's fees because of this theft, they will cover those charges. They have a case plan to inform you of the recovery process because it isn't just, oh, I'm going to shut the accounts down and I'm done with it. Many of those processes take 18 months to actually cure. So I hope that you all understand that we, as a board and a management team, we really thought this was a very valuable product. Our goals for 2013, of course, we want to better serve our members. And this is what Mr. Netzel was talking about. We always said we want to be your PFI, your primary financial institution. No, we want to be your OFI. We want to be your only financial institution. We don't want just your checking account and your mortgage. We want it all. We're getting greedy. We want you to do everything here. And how are we going to do that? Some of it is technology. Just this format. You know, it was great. You know, the format of our annual meeting for years past was really nice. We'd have the little dance and everything, but we kept seeing the same people, and they left earlier and earlier. By the time the music was starting, 2/3 of the audience was gone. So we started to say, you know, we have a very younger crowd out there. Although some, you know, actually, the computer system is getting more for 65 and above than 65 and under because all of us want to see our grandchildren on our smartphones. But We want it to stretch out and to be able to reach everybody. So we're trying this and to see how it works. I'm really excited. I think this is great. We also have PAL. For those of you that don't have a computer, you can access your accounts by the phone system. HFS, I laugh because I use HFS more in my office to do my work, my financial work, rather than going up front and standing in the teller line. I do on occasion, but it's a fast process. Or my mobile phone. You know, you got that touch banking. I hit that little button, takes me right to my accounts. I love it. Bill payer. For those of you that are the snowbirds that travel to Florida, having bill payer is great. You set up your accounts. You don't have to worry. I'm gone for 2-3 months. I'm enjoying the warm weather, as one of our board members does. Never mind the tan. But we do, you know, this way you can pay your bills, get your money in, all automatic. You don't have to worry about it collecting in the postal system. Mobile check deposit. I'm told April 1st is the date. It's going to be live and working. You know, that commercial where it shows the child saying, "Oh, Mommy, don't take the lion's picture." Well, we're going to be doing that also. We're taking the picture of the check. It'll deposit automatically into your account. This way you don't always have to bring the checks here to the credit union. And you say, well, what do you do with it after you've done it? You get rid of the check. We've got all the information on our system. And we've tested it already, so we know it works. We want to have online educational sessions. We want to expand this format. We want to be able to, you know, some people learn by, I can write it down, you can take it home, read it, you'll learn. Some people have to hear it, some people have to see it. So we want to have some live broadcasts. And for any member that sends us a suggestion that we end up using on the webcast, we will give you a $100 Visa gift card. This year we're partnering with LSI. LSI is Lending Solutions Incorporated. We thought that we wanted to not only streamline our lending process, but we wanted to broaden it. We somehow feel that through the years we've kind of narrowed our processes and are not serving all the members in the way we used to back in the 50s and 60s. And that's when we're looking at the continued decrease of loans. I think some of it has to do with that FICO scores have decreased. You know, what used to be a 700 score may now be well a 620 and out of our ranges. So we want to broaden that and bring more people into our membership group here. We want to continue our financial credit reviews. We do it at the main office, Strongsville and Medina. We have two loan officers here, actually supervisors that do the reviews here at the main office. We have one branch manager at Medina, one branch manager at Strongsville, but you do have to make an appointment. Now, for some people, it's just a matter of, you know, some people like to have the pat on the back and say, 820 score, you can't do any better than that, you know, and we do have them come in, and they just want the reassurance that they've done everything the right way. We have those that may have one or two problems, and they, you know, we make suggestions, or maybe we see a loan that, hey, we can do a lot better than that, bring it over here. And then we have those that are suffering, that maybe have gone through divorce, medical issues, and they need to know how to get back on the right track. So we do a lot of that work with them. We also continue to partner with Lineweaver Financial Group for financial planning. As you know, because we are government-backed, we cannot do mutual funds, stocks, bonds, all that type of services. So Lineweaver, he takes over that part of your excess funds, not the ones you're keeping here, but the ones you have at other banks, and you bring it to Lineweaver, and he'll show you how to best invest it. We do use Lineweaver here at the credit union for our own retirement system, and I can tell you that I personally use Lineweaver for my own portfolio. I think the world of their team, and I hope you do try to go to them and see what they can do for you. We continue to try to serve our community. Penny the puppy is always out there. If you ever have an occasion where you have children that are going to be around, especially in an educational setting, we'd love to send Penny out to represent the credit union. It's always amazing. Always so heartwarming to see on the days that we have Penny here, the children's reaction to them. They just love them. And even when we're in a parade, you know, we'll have, there's Penny, the PSE puppy. That's our credit union. I love hearing that. Last year, we had Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. The basket that's there, please remember to throw in a donation. We're going to be having a drawing for that today. But also, over the year, we collected on candy bars. Evidently, our members love candy bars because we had a lot of money in candy. And then we had dress down days. In fact, my staff, they cherish the days I'm gone because I'm not a big jeans person at the credit union. So when I'm gone, they tend to be able to have jeans day, and they have to pay for wearing the jeans. So they keep saying, "Are you going to be gone this month?" We also have, and we gave $7,500 last year to Rainbow's Babies Children's Hospital. So we're really excited. I mean, $7,500 may not seem a lot to some people, but for an institution that has 50 employees, you know, we were so proud of that fact. We also had a main office carnival and shredded day. This year, mark on your calendars, June 26th. Children love it. We have the lobby filled with clowns and games, and we have the shredded truck here. There's no cost to bring in any of your documents that you want shredded. You can watch it being shredded on premises, but we do ask that maybe you throw a few dollars in for the Rainbow Babies and Children's Hospital. In 2013, we want it to be a year to make over this credit union. We want to turn the corner on the losses and return to a profitable position. Over the last year, we also had some notable individuals retire from our system. On our board was Carl Anderson. Carl had served this credit union for 36 years. He came from the Parma school system. He was dedicated, loyal, and involved. He took his responsibility, his fiduciary responsibility to this board and to you, his members, very seriously. On the management team, we had Jerry McGold. She had 26 years of service. She was my executive assistant and our HR manager. She was also the secretary to the board. She was passionate, enthusiastic, empathetic, and a great listener. And she's also decided she's going to come back and volunteer. She's going to be on our audit committee, on our supervisory committee. So we're anxious to have Jerry back in our coffers here. My management team, there's nobody that could be more proud or understand that a credit union or any company, financial institution, don't ever think you're doing it alone. Without this team, I could not be anywhere as successful as this credit union is. I have my Vice President of Operation, Dave Leuenberger, our Vice President of Finance, Peggy Cook. This year we had a promotion from Main Office Lending Supervisor to Vice President of Lending, Cheryl Schill, Executive Assistant and HR Manager, and filling great large shoes and doing a great job at it is Pat Baumgartner. Marketing Director, the one that put all this together, Tabitha Bazinski. Trainer and Assistant Compliance Officer, Marilyn Zubsansky. IT Manager in 2012 was Pat Agardi. Strongsville Branch Manager, Marguerite Nagy. And Medina Branch Manager, Ron Webster. I again send my appreciation to all those individuals. They do a great job. I'm so proud of all of them. We had 2 employees of the quarter this year, Lisa Grady and Laura Carter. They both serve on the teller lines, one at the main office here. Laura serves here at the main office. Lisa out at the Strongsville. Both individuals do a great job at serving your needs and telling you about the products and services that we have available. This year we had 4 service awards. We could never be accused of being against aging. We have, I think, two of our people here working for us are heading over 70 this year. I'm so impressed. I mean, it's like, wow, you know? And we have also serving for 25 years, Sally Martin in our collection area. Jessica Zielinski on our front line has 15 years. Karen Schnell out in Medina has 5 years. And Pat Weeder has 5 years. Most of the management team, I think, is well into 10, 20 years already with us. Some of us 30, some of us forever at birth, because her dad started the credit union, and that'd be Peggy Cook. And at this point, I'd also like to give a special thanks to Mike and his team at Perception Multimedia. They're the ones that started this whole thing for us and have put it together. And like I said, I can't be more proud. I think that this is just a great way for us to go into the future and serve the young adults that we need to serve. And at this time, I'd open it up for any questions or anything that we may have. If not, I'm turning it over to Mrs. Schill.
You can just keep clapping. Good morning. I am pleased to report that in 2012, we gave out 935 loans for a total of $12,863,992. 91338. We love to lend money, and we have $69 million to lend to you. This year we're changing some lending guidelines in order to accommodate a wider range of loans that we can make to you, our members. Please call the loan department and let us help you finance the car of your dreams, or maybe just the car that you need. Let the equity in your home work for you, or get the right credit card in your wallet to help with everyday expenses, large purchases, or those unexpected expenses. We have a variety of loan products to help you when you need us the most. Speaking of help, as Jan alluded, we have also launched a new partnership with Woodside Mortgage. You can apply online through our website, call them directly. They're a local company, and they know our real estate market, and they are ready to assist you. We'll be hosting actually a home buyer seminar right here at the credit union with Woodside on Thursday, March 14th from 6:30 to 7:30. So please call to reserve your space now. And now back to the numbers. Unfortunately, we did have to refuse 554 loans in the amount of $4,167,133.99. We did approve 171 new Visa loans for $2,683,250. That total includes our Classic Card, our Gold Card, and our Visa Home Equity lines of credit. We also did 29 new student visas in the amount of $13,500 under our See You Succeed program. If you're trying to reestablish credit, we have a Visa Renew credit card, and last year we helped 14 new members in the amount of $6,050. 102 members took advantage of Visa line increases for $192,650. We also approved almost $1 million in first mortgage purchase money and refinances. Please refer to our annual report for all lending numbers, but remember the most important number is 440-843-8300 extension 135. Your loan department is standing by. And I'd like to introduce Mr. Bob Moulton.
Well, it says Mrs. Vagey, but that's not me. I'm Bob Moulton. The audit committee certifies that the financial statement fairly represents the financial position of the credit union and the results of its operation in conformity with generally accepted accounting principles. The committee retains GBQ Partners, LLC, to perform an annual audit of PSE Credit Union's books and records. Okay, I'd like to introduce Mrs. DeMarco.
Good morning. I'm here with more good news. The Board of Directors has declared dividends to be as follows: 0 to $24,999.99 to be at 0.05%, $25,000 to $99,999.99 is 0.10%, and over $100,000 is 0.15%. Our Christmas Club dividends are not declared until the October board meeting, and last year Christmas Club dividends paid 0.10% and are based on the regular share account. IRA savings for last quarter was 0.31%, and our checking accounts for over $2,000 is 0.05%. And I'm bringing back Mr. Bob Moulton for election results.
Since the available positions on the board of directors were uncontested, balloting was not necessary for this year. Elected to serve a 3-year term are incumbents Dale McMahon, David Tates, and Robert Vassell. Who's next? Oh, now we'd like Dale McMahon again.
Thanks, Bob. It is my distinct privilege and honor as vice chair to sort of recognize the chair. I've served under Mr. Nowlin now for a couple of years as chair of the board, and he does a fantastic job, a wonderful job. He has your interests very much at heart. I have learned under his tutelage how to handle a meeting, how to deal with situations that maybe come and go that you would not even dream. And in those situations, he handles himself with grace, and he I see him as a wealth of knowledge and wisdom, and I appreciate very much the opportunity to have served under him as chairperson. At this time, we want to recognize him with a little token of our gratitude. Mr. Nowlin.
Thank you so much, Dale. I want to thank everyone who came today. I want to thank everybody who's watching us on the web. And if there's no objection, this meeting is adjourned.